You just can't make this shit up. Democrats said it's not a crime to come into our country illegally. And in order to uphold the law, they are justifying breaking the law. You just you can't make it up. But the reality of it is the people that follow Democrats only make up about 20% of our population right now. The other 80% of our population are sick of their shit. And if you ask them on the street if they're Democrats, they will say, I used to be a Democrat and then I got on my proper meds. I I had to end my video yesterday because I had a client come in and they came in and I didn't want them to see me going on a tear. Because half of the time I'm dealing with people that can afford my work, but they can't afford to hear the truth. They can't afford to hear the shit that will trigger them. And it's not even triggering. See, people talk about triggering. I just got fucking triggered. Yes, I did. I got triggered like a motherfucker. But there's a difference between what happened when to incite me to come on here and do this rant. Because this here right now is I'm not having a psychotic break. I'm not going to go grab a rubber mallet and run down the street trying to bang somebody in the head. You know, there's a big difference between a psychotic break, which was what you see the Democrats on. And how does that happen? Well, if you have a segment of our society that they know are suggestible, that's why they have this Project Mockingbird. You know, people talk about all these conspiracies, they never interlock it. They never bring it to you in a way that you can actually look at what's going on and say, holy shit, it really makes sense. Because it's mass hypnosis. And there's when these hypnotists go to these bars and they look in the crowd, they know who to look for. Just like pedophiles know what kids to target. It's the same way. And what they do is they utilize the media and they come out and they ask leading questions. See, when I was in sales, when I first got out of the military, one of the things that you learn is you ask a question which it actually includes the answer in such a way that it makes the person feel stupid if they don't answer it, even if they don't agree with you. Because you phrase it in a way, and that's what they do with these leading questions. Caitlin Collins comes out. This woman is smug, and she never asks any questions. She's out there just like Amy Klobuchar. They're having a hearing, and Ted Cruz had to call her out in the Democrat Party because the Democrat Party are amoral. They're out here talking about caring about human lives when they champion destroying children, right? You know, and this is the thing. For me, this is why I'm angry, because I love life. I had some asshole come in and they saw a post that I made about the liberals want to do this and do that. And if we wanted to do it, they wouldn't be liberals. I wasn't saying I didn't want there to be liberals, you fucking retard, because I am one. In the real conservative and seek a balance between both of them, then you are a heartless piece of shit human being. We give a fuck. We don't want children mutilated. I don't want people killing people. I understand the danger of suggestive shit. And so I don't when I was raising my daughter, I always understood when you listen to people, like I listen to my friends, and I've always been that person, even though I'm not listening to none of y'all motherfuckers in the chat. Because that's not listening. I got to read it. But I never promised my kids shit. Like she would say, I want to go somewhere. I said, we'll see, baby, because when you make a promise, if you don't keep it, you have wounded a motherfucker. So what's the Democrat Party do? Well, they are the takeaway motherfuckers. And I call it, and in sales, you learn this too. It's called the takeaway close. They make you feel like you're losing something so that you want something that you never fucking needed. That's the way they operate. They're always going to take something away, and then you're like, oh no, I got to follow these motherfuckers because they're going to take something away. They are literally the most manipulative, fucked up people. That's why I cannot stand them, because they are trying, and they have wounded a segment of our society there's no coming back. They are in danger. They are a danger to themselves and the people around them, and they made them that way. None of us normal conservative American people want to hurt anyone. We want to go about our business and be left the fuck alone. You want a Tesla? You buy a Tesla. I got a 467.5 liter, and I love when a Tesla pulls up next to me because I think America. Because in America, you can either choose to be an asshole and you can fucking buy into the bullshit and buy yourself a Tesla, or you could just suck up that gas as long as you're willing to fucking spend the money. Because my shit is gallons to the mile, not miles to the gallon, and I don't give a fuck because I'm paying for it. So fuck you. That's America. And when the Tesla pulls up, I love them guys. Because that's America. They made that choice. And now they're finding out the hard way that all the other people that you thought were like you making that. First off, all the ones attacking Teslas are the poor people on the Democrat side. They can't afford a fucking Tesla. They can't even afford a psychiatrist. And what do? They make them more crazy. They push them to this psychotic break because what's on the other side of it? If you tell everybody, like the guy came in, you made this suggestive comment like, yeah, I guess there shouldn't be any alive, like thinking that I was inferring that I wanted to like annihilate these people. Those are the only people that deserve annihilation are annihilation people. People that think that somebody that doesn't agree with them doesn't deserve to live. They're the ones that don't deserve to live. They are. These fucking Nazis that we're calling Democrats right now, look, they can do whatever they want until they become a danger to everyone around them. I don't give a shit if they're a danger to themselves. Shit, do the world a favor. But when they're out there running people over, when they're out there setting cars on fire, when some old chick driving a Tesla who wanted to be good, I want to be a really good lady because I'm almost dead. So I'm going to save the earth. I'm going to buy a Tesla and I'm going to drive an electronic vehicle. And then some fucking moron who's driving a fucking car that is 30 years old, doesn't even have a catalytic converter on that son of a bitch. Cuts her off. Jumps out and starts pounding a 62-year-old woman in the face. I swear to God, I wish that I had been there to see it and prevent it. Because I would have prevented it from ever happening again. And I'm at that age where, yo, go ahead, bro. Send me wherever you want to. Because I'm tired of working. And if they're going to fucking pay, they're going to put me in a room where I can watch TV and eat for free, fuck it. But for them to come out constantly lying, you got that fucking cross-eyed dick-grabbing son of a bitch that was stood up and he called himself right here, oh, they're going to get rid of the filibuster. So he went and he did about, I don't even know, what is the quantities that you buy crystal meth? Because he got the highest dose that you could get. He did so much meth, his eyes almost went fucking straight. Huh? And I don't give a fuck about tariffs. Listen, everybody's out there. I got people going, what do you think about the leak on whatever the fuck that site was? Oh, what do I think about it? Well, let's go into it like this. If you read the CIA motherfucking communications manual, and they say that it's standard operating procedure for anybody operating, doing this shit in the CIA, the State Department, and all this shit to use Signal, well, maybe they were setting something up. Because if it was in the manual and they're doing it, and all of a sudden you got some stupid ass bitch she ain't had a normal period her whole life. There ain't no explaining it. And she's going to come out and she's going to start talking about it. And you're going to call yourself a journalist, and there are no journalists because what do you learn when you go to journalism school? Basically, every person who wants to tell a story is a journalist. But a real journalist is supposed to have all these people call themselves journalists. It's always some kind of incognito son of a bitch. They just make it up. They're just out there making shit up and then gonna call it science. That's why they're acting just like Dr. Fauci, because they just make shit up and they call it science. Here's what I know about economics. Fuck it. The tariffs are gonna hurt like a motherfucker. All you bitches, I want to hear you cry. You cry about everything. I'm listening to guys going, oh my God, I haven't heard a name yet. I ain't seen an indictment. Listen, it takes more than 2 fucking months, no matter how much evidence that there is, on a level that you're dealing with of crime in this country. You motherfuckers want indictments, but even worse, you want them to fuck up the case ahead of time by giving you names before they even have indictments. And then you call yourselves geniuses. People say, oh man, we're on the same page. No, you ain't, motherfucker. You still read comic books. You haven't even elevated to comic books. You only read that one page out of the fucking newspaper, the funny papers. So don't say you're on the same fucking page as me, because I put the funny papers in the trash, bitch. That shit ain't funny. Don't make sense. Yeah, we got people out there calling themselves journalists, and they're fucking reading the funny papers, and everybody out there is believing the shit that they believe. You're out here worrying about tariffs. You're out here worrying about shit, right? Guess what? If they went out and start naming motherfuckers in newspapers before there's even an indictment, you've got that case is out the window. Not only that, you ever heard of tactics? That's the other fucking thing. You know, like someone's arguing with you at the bar. Are you going to say, well, you know what? As soon as you step to me, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fake to the left. And then when you swing your right hand, I'm going to fucking dodge. And then I'm going to do a one-step I learned in Tang Soo Do back in 1984. And I'm going to push your hand with my left hand. And then as you fly forward, I'm going to come up with a right cross, hit you in the chin, and ring-a-ling-ling, you're ding-dang-dong. Hell no. I ain't going to say shit, bitch. You gonna stand there and you're gonna say something stupid, and this old motherfucker's gonna just look over, and I'm not even gonna take my glasses off because that's a warning. And I won't have to worry about my glasses after I knock you clean the fuck out. No warning. You get it? Tactics. You go telling the people that you're gonna listen. I don't want to. If they're guilty, they already got a lawyer lined up. If they think they got away with it, I want that shit to be a fucking horrible surprise in the morning. All of a sudden it's tonk, 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 tonk. Their door opens like they did to motherfucking other people like Roger Stone. Drag them motherfuckers with their dicks covered in their mate shit. Yeah, I said it. Bunch of shitty dick herding butt fuckers. Drag them out of the bed with the shit-stained bed sheets that they sleep on. Since they like grinding up in anus so much, send them to prison. But don't warn them. But everybody's mad. I gotta watch a video of this guy I watch these young folk. Because I'm like, damn, man, good for you. Good for you, man, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, oh, damn, dummy. You got some growing to do. Now, 10 months from now, they ain't got any indictments. You don't hear any evidence. Then say something. Jesus Christ. It's this fucking gotta have it today society that's got us all fucked up. All of a sudden the tariffs, which will correct a tremendous imbalance that most people are totally unaware of, they don't give a fuck as long as they can go to Walmart and get their Strictly Dickly. The shit you're normal and used to. And as soon as they fuck up your daily life, oh my God, I couldn't get my Strictly Dickly at the Walmart today. Them tariffs are ruining my fucking life. As your income goes up because your taxes go down. But you don't see that shit because you've already spent the money before you got it. Everybody in this country lives outside of their means. What the fuck you think credit is based on? They go, oh, okay, yeah, yeah. And then they push you right to that edge where you could just barely survive. Debt to income ratio. It'll put you in that car you should have never fucking bought. Every fucking time. Everything's got to be today. You can't save up that 10 grand. Right? Because the reason you can't save up to 10 grand is because all your other credit cards are run up. Because you ran up all your credit cards so you could have the latest fucking hoodie that you saw on the latest motherfucking merchandising scheme of some guy who all of a sudden is a conservative and Trump backer. And where the fuck was he when we was fighting Obama in 2014? Yeah, I'm bringing that shit up because I'm in the shop working. But when I wasn't working, I was in the fucking D.C. area fucking making noise while they were setting up this rape of America. while they were finishing up, that they were putting their little bow on top of that shit, right? You ever wonder about the Panama Papers and why Obama would make it so that you could hide money in the Panama banks? I mean, you didn't ask about it because the media, they don't want you to know that them motherfuckers been raping us and stealing our money. God damn. And then I gotta watch that crooked-eyed bitch, Amy Klobuchar, set me off. I gotta listen to people talking about Nazis. They don't even know that they are a Nazi. That if they understood anything and everything about the Democrat Party, even Social Security is a Nazi fucking program. So fuck Social Security. That's the thing that they dangle in front of your face. It's that carrot that might disappear. And they're fucking mismanaging it the whole time because they know that half of you motherfuckers are gonna die because they stopped protecting you from poisons. They started taking money from all these pharmaceutical companies that are selling us drugs that not only put us out of fucking business because we can't afford to even treat ourselves for diseases, and yet in other countries they're getting the same drugs for a very small part of what we pay because they want us to die. Our politicians literally want you to kill your unborn children and then use the lack of what? How do you revitalize an economy? How do you recycle, right? You have a new generation comes up when the old motherfuckers die. It's a good thing you could buy auto parts, right? But they can't, so they're killing the shit that can, rejuvenate this country. And then we still have the need. So we still have the need. And so they want to import all these illegals because they don't care about even them. Because then they come in this country, they have no protections, and they're exploited. So people like me, I'm sorry, I'm not claiming that everybody in the conservative world thinks the way I do, but I feel sorry for them. I'm going to show you something. A nice little used truck. You see that black truck over there? Uh-huh. I saw when the two Mexicans that was in that truck parked that truck. Right about the time when all of that shit started kicking off about the, ICE coming in and getting rid of people. And they were over there working in that hotel. And I can guarantee you that those motherfuckers was picked up. And there's a good chance the dude that had them working in the hotel called them and had them deported so he wouldn't have to pay them for their work. And their truck is sitting there. And if you don't think I feel bad for them guys, I'm like, damn, but you shouldn't have come here. See, that's where my conservative side and my liberal side collide. Because as an adult male, I understand that you brought that shit on yourself. And I could cry about it, but I'm not going to make excuses and I'm not going to accept your presence if, in fact, you shouldn't have been here to begin with. I'm sorry. Someone's going to be driving that truck eventually, or it'll go to the scrapyard and get reused for whatever. But that's the way it is in this world. And I'm mad because you have an entire political fucking structure, the entire body politic, and this includes the Republicans, that have allowed that shit to happen. So now all those people, all of them, to make us feel better about our nation, they gotta go. And at the same time, now they have to fucking feel that pain and that misery, and the Democrats are the ones that inflicted it on them. They're the ones that invited them. They're the ones that made excuses. They're the ones that even now are trying to protect the murderers. They try to say a dad got deported. Yeah, well, guess what? The mob had dads too. Everybody reproduces. The devil probably has a child, and that child is a Democrat. Oh, look at this. I got to go. My phone is about to die. It's doing the flickery flick eye. But think about it, man. That's the reality of it. I don't want kids to hurt. I don't want these people from other countries coming here and then getting kicked the fuck out. I don't want anyone suffering. But people are going to suffer. My mom said a soft head makes for a hard ass, right? And when you don't think, when your brain is fucking soft, then you're going to end up with a real fucking hard ass. But no, see, the Democrats, they don't want you to even get the hard ass that can make you better and make you be able to take shit. No, they want to keep your ass soft because they want to keep bending you over. And we're sick of it. Look, when you come out and you find out, like I found out today, right when they came out, they started talking about tariffs. Some of the countries, I'm like, you know what, man? I love those people, but I'm not buying not a motherfucking thing that they ever make again. I've got shit in here that I look at where it was made and I go, all right, I like that. But now I know they had like 100% tariff. And then on top of that, we're spending money to help them protect themselves from their enemies. Man, fuck you. And that's the way you should feel as Americans. Listen, man, I love people. I wish I could go to France. I wish I could go to these crazy countries that have all this long history. But they're wiping their asses with their own history. They're bringing in elements into their countries that make it so that it's not safe to even contemplate going there. You say the wrong thing to the wrong person in the wrong way, and the next thing you're locked up forever. And they're trying to bring that to this country. And that shit has to stop, because that's why they've been stealing all that money, and they've been using the very money they've been stealing from us to fund the degradation, the degeneration of the Constitution that they claim to support as they wipe their ass with every copy that they can get their hands on. So people, I'm not